Next, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Indianapolis Colts. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
What? 315! You got nothing there. You got nothing.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
51 the mic, boy, 51.
After the sack on 1st down, Wilson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long, an early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Zebra.
Mike 51. You ain't going nowhere.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check 52.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. 22 yards there, a 1st down. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happens if the linebackers dive into the line, if you block them initially, that blocker can come off of them and get up to the safeties on the 2nd level, and now you've got a big place to run the football.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 25-yard line.
Mike, go! Right, 40! Here we go! SOS.
On 2nd and 12, Luck. Forced out to his left. Incomplete.
But you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Love. Going to throw deep. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6. And it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
Buka team.
51, Mike, 51. It's going to be a long.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Green 80.
Mike 51. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's our time. Good job right there. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action with Wilson. He'll buy some time right. That's complete into the hands of Carson. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it second down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
To throw again on second down. Wilson under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Bring out, bring out, bring out, bring out.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He wants it all for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check out. Green 80.
54. Hey, get the game.
From the 22, Luck. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. DJ Moore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Seahawks on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Watch tight end. Everyone's got 4 down. 51,
Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matthew Ioannidis, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
3rd and 7.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Got 4 down, 4 down.
To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. And the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, baby. 1st and 10. At their own 17-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 19-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Luck defers to Mack. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Right here.
A shotgun snap for Luck. Going for the deep ball. It got his man complete. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Third and long, it's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
At the 39-yard line.
Don't be scared of it.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st down, Mack. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Rip right, rip right. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Quo.
They'll try the air now with Locke. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long because, remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Now it's Hines. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not getting too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. And here we go. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Double.
Hey, alert.
Jack.
Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight. And it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Not today. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Hey, alert.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58.
Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Quick. Four down.
Again, Wilson steps away to his left. Room here, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 37. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Staying on the ground with Mack. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14.
All right, 6 and 5.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He'll find Metcalf. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
Here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Mike 51. Hey, man. Watch.
Now Wilson throwing on third and long. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does.
Tyler Lockett. It's caught. Lockett. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
They'll run on first down. It's Mack. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
Out of the gun. Luck looking deep here for Ebron. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is third and 10. Throwing his left. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor, and they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's his second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15. Here's Wilson to throw. And his throw is incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check 83, ball's going to 83.
Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to dig down deep, and they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Darius Leonard. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. They'll run it with Mack. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Marlon Mack, touchdown number 15 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Right over there, right over there. Yeah.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Check the call, check the call. 51 the mic, boys, 51.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 25. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
All day, dog. 44, Mike, 44. All day, baby, all day, baby, all day.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 92 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away. But no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
54. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Watch that. He's coming. Double up. He's coming, double up.
Luck gives this one off to Mack. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The Colts on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Darius Leonard able to record his 5th sack of the season. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
3 down, 3 down. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike, 50. Short. We own them. We own them. 51's Mike. Mike, 51. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Check your hot read. Big edge.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will get him one closer. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They go right back to Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Mike, look out! Wide, 90! I got you, punk!
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching Charlie, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 49. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So don't say nothing.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Colts, their hopes of a 500 season stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one I'm got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me. No conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking. No hesitation, don't try my patience. Go out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got different gets. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. And we gon' ride till we die. till we die, die, die.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it.